Came from pangolins, and pangolins have tight buttholes. Surprisingly, I thought it would come in a fucking box lined with sperm whale foreskin penis leather with, you know, the nipples of a fucking narwhal. But welcome to a very special episode of Eat Smoke Drink today. First, I want to thank Mike, who kindly lent me his bottle. So we have just a little history. We have a group, what we call the Pangolin group. So within our club, we have 3 different tiers of tastings, and then we have the Pangolin group. The Pangolin group is a very eclectic collection of people, very small group. And the name Pangolin came about because after COVID, we decided we're going to do a small, tight group. And someone asked me, well, you know, what do you want to name the group? And I said, well, I don't know. COVID came from pangolins, and pangolins have tight buttholes. And so we named it the Pangolin group because pangolins have tight buttholes. That's a true story, by the way. Anyway, Mike recently joined the Pangolin tight butthole group, and his first dram that he volunteered to send to the slaughter was this particular bottle. So you're probably thinking, what is this? What is this? Why is this a special edition? Blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you why. Shut up. Listen. What makes it special is the fact that this is the oldest whiskey I have ever tried in my entire life. And talking to the Pangolin Butthole group and any of our whiskey tastings, this is the oldest whiskey any of us has ever tried, okay? It comes in a very relatively low-key box. Surprisingly, I thought it would come in a fucking box lined with sperm whale foreskin penis leather with, you know, the nipples of a fucking narwhal. But no, it comes in the Berry Brothers and Rudd, you know, nothing too ridiculous, which is pretty cool, pretty low-key. But this is a Berry Brothers and Rudd 1968, a secret Speyside Distillery from Glenrothes, Bamshire, which by good authority someone has said it is most likely Glenrothes. Regardless of what it is, the oldest whiskey I've ever had, the consensus is it is a Glenrothes by the flavor profile. Nevertheless, I am fucking excited to try it because it is the oldest whiskey I have ever tried. Alright, so once again I want to thank Mike for giving me this to review. Don't worry, Mike, I'm only going to definitely drink 150 mils of it. Just a small dram. Anyway, alright, let's get nosing. The colour is phenomenal. Oh my god, the nose, oh, it's so rich. It is so rich. Holy shit balls of Christ. Oh, the nose is so rich. Holy crap. Let me just disseminate what I'm smelling. Is it the word disseminate? Inseminate? I have to look it up. Let me just inseminate the nose that I'm getting. Sorry, my England bad. Okay, I'm getting bombarded with flavor profiles on the nose from the flavor wheel. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got the flavor wheel, it's like I'm in the center of it, and it's like a fucking bukkake party, and it's like everyone is just shooting shit at me. You know what I'm saying? Let me just start with a spice. I'm getting toasted black pepper, a hint of clove, a hint of aniseed, some licorice. Is licorice even a spice? Who knows? Anyway. And then I'm getting a slight smokiness that I can't put my finger on. A slight smokiness, minerality, syrupy sugar, like a concentrated brown sugar syrup, caramel fudge. I'm getting a slight earthiness, like wet soil, wet leather, dusty linen cupboard, wet hay, wet wood, like actual wood, not wet wood, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's wet, no, wet wood, not this wood, but wet wood, you know what I mean? Oh man, the nose is phenomenal. I'm getting a slight herbal note to it as well. A slight vegetal note, but not too much. But mostly medicinal, like watered down Benadryl. Preserved apricots. I'm getting a very, very sickly sweet overripe fruit. I'm getting quintessential bourbon cask here. The nose is potent. For a 53-year-old, it is 51.6%, which is massive. That is massive for a 53-year-old. That is like encountering an old man. It's like encountering an old man in Walmart, and you think, oh yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this old man. Little do you know, it's Chuck Norris, that old man. You know, you try to do some shit to him, and it's Chuck Norris, right? And suddenly, the next thing you know, you're on the ground, you're pinned down, his knees on your neck, and you're like, I can't breathe. You know, ooh. Okay, maybe that's a little too much, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's a bit Chuck Norris there. Man, that is old but potent. You'd think that it's softer, but it's potent. The nose is potent. It's not shy. The nose is not shy. This is a person walking around the park with a yellow raincoat, and the next thing you know, he's doing the windmill in front of you, waving his dick around. That's this. It ain't shy. It's got a floral nature to it as well. The floral nature is interesting. It reminds me of a jasmine flower, type of jasmine flower that I had in Philippines. So when I was little, my mum and dad used to take me to a Catholic church, and just like Filipinos and Asians, they take things to the next level, you know? Like you've got the Italians sitting there praying, eating pasta, but no. Filipinos, they're Catholics, but they don't just eat pasta. They're sitting there whipping their shit, trying to wound themselves for penance, penitencia, right? And it's like when I walk into this church, the first thing I do is go on my hands and knees, and then I walk to the altar and I smell these flowers. It's called sampaguita in Philippines. I don't know what it is. It's called sampaguita, and that's what I'm smelling out of that. And then I'm getting some waft of incense. Incense in Asia. You're walking around in Asia, and you know, in Thailand, and everyone is a Buddhist. And then they've got their little pots with little incense outside their shop or house doors, trying to ward off bad spirits or attract good shit. You know, I'm getting some of that without the raw sewage smell. Oh, the nose is so big. There's so much happening in the nose. Oh my God, I could go on forever sniffing that. Oh, you know, I could go on. But I won't. And also, I don't actually know if pangolins have tight buttholes. I presume pangolins have tight buttholes. They are small creatures. Let's get sipping. I want to taste this. I want to put this in and around my mouth. No, okay, let's get sipping. Serious now. Oh, the nose. And look, you're probably wondering, is old whiskey really that good? I've had this before, but let me tell you more about it. Just wait and watch. But just from a pure experiential point of view, a 53-year-old whiskey is so frigging old, you have to respect it. No matter what, you have to give it some respect, all right? Oh my God. Wow. That is ballsy. That is ballsy. For an old ass whiskey, that is ballsy. That still has life. Wow. 51.6%. That is sipping potent. I've had quite a few old whiskeys now, 30 plus. And a lot of them do subdue themselves with aging, but this, it has subdued itself but it's still rough. It's got roughness, but it's also refined. This is Daniel Craig James Bond. He's not that pretty like Pierce Brosnan or Sean Connery, but he's pretty enough. But he's wearing a fine suit, and then he'll beat the shit out of you. This is Daniel Craig James Bond. The mouthfeel is so thick and viscous. The finish is long. There's so much going on. There is a weird, strange savouriness on the back palate I can't put my finger on, but I'm going to try and narrow that down. But let's start talking about flavours. There's a hint of cinnamon, nutmeg, sickly sweet sugar, brown sugar syrup, a bit of coconut syrup, vanilla, a strong vanilla flavour. That could just be because it's been sitting in the hogshead for a shitload of time, which makes complete sense. But the viscosity is absolutely phenomenal. The floralness is gone. It's become herbal. It's become spicy. There's a greenness to it, like a green capsicum, or in America, green peppers. Definitely cough syrup, medicinal nature to it. There is a funkiness to it as well, like a pickled rotten wood. I mean, I guess it's been sitting in the same wood barrel for a long time. There's a fungal, slightly old, just a general oldness. Like you go to an attic and there's a little bit of wet shit in there, like stuff, not physical feces, but wet stuff in there. I'm getting some of that. And for such an old whiskey, there's still a little bit of new magazine print in there. Wood varnish. Sour cherry, raspberry jam, fresh raspberry. And you know what's weird? I can taste a bit of celery leaf. You know when you're cutting celery and you've got that leaf, the leaf's got concentrated celery. It's got some of that. Really friggin' bizarre. Like I said, you are the piggy in the middle of the flavor wheel, and the flavor wheel is having a bukkake party. This is what I'm feeling like right now. It's like salt and pepper everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And suddenly someone wheels in a donkey, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, sorry. It's just, this is crazy. Wow, this is a contradiction. On one side, it's pulling spice, and on one side, it's pulling sweetness of fruit, and then on one side, it's pulling floral and herbal. I just can't. Wow, this is better than I remember trying it. This was the 5th or 6th dram that we had when we were having our tasting. This is better than what I remember. The mouthfeel is phenomenal. It is insane. There is nothing like it I've ever tried in my life. And it could be a placebo that it's, oh, but no, it's not. I don't think it is. It's just so strange. There's so much going on in the mouth. It's so heavy. It's so flavorsome. Wow. Wow. So, look, I mean, I guess the question now comes, is it worthwhile? I mean, is it worthwhile buying? Right now, the secondary pricing for this bottle is actually not that bad. The primary pricing was actually really good. And then the secondary market is actually still not that bad. Buy it right now. Just buy it. You won't regret it. Don't sit there and cellar it. Don't sit there and try to invest in it. Fuck off. Go there, buy it, and then make a special occasion. Sit down with some close friends. Have some good food. Drink the shit out of it and appreciate it. Oh, look, I mean, from a standpoint of such an old whiskey, this is so ridiculously good. Like, from a holistic point of view, I would say it is top 5 of my experiences of whiskey, just purely based on the fact that It is just such a potent beast. Such a potent beast. I mean, I can't believe for a 53-year-old, this is still that ABV and it's still providing this much sipping power. It's like being a gold digger, targeting an old man, thinking, oh yeah, that guy is too old, too limp, he's not gonna do much, I'm just gonna go there and take advantage of him. And suddenly, you know, you go back to his place, oh, the guy is Ron Jeremy, and boom, there you go. Here you go, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, 3 hours later, you're walking out of that place, you're limping. And so, yes, that is, I don't know where that came from. But anyway, that is just fantastic. When I had this, I paired it with a Opus X because both are ballsy. And it's two balls clanging on your face, two ballsiness. Fantastic. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.